Are you eating high-protein foods, hitting the gym, and still feeling frustrated that your muscles just aren't growing as you age? You are absolutely not alone. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, and it's one of the single biggest predictors of weakness, falls, fractures, and the loss of independence. For years, the investigation into this has pointed to one answer: more protein. But that is a dangerous and incomplete truth. The real secret, the nutrient your body truly craves to fight this decline, is not just protein, it is collagen. I'm Dr. William Lee, a physician with over 25 years of experience specializing in age-related muscle loss and senior nutrition therapy. I've personally seen countless patients do all the right things, yet still feel weaker. And here's the kicker: they never saw coming. The bone broth they relied on, scientific analysis shows most brands deliver only 2 to 3 grams of collagen, while your body needs at least 15 grams daily. So if you're tired of feeling like your hard work is being wasted, stay with me. You're about to discover a clear, science-backed strategy, including 2 forgotten foods with up to 8 times more power than bone broth. But before we dive in, I truly want to know how many of you have faced this. If what I just shared feels familiar, please comment a simple yes below. It shows me you understand, and it shows others they are not alone. Okay, let's get started. All right, let's get started. We are going to begin with the first and perhaps most important piece of this puzzle. Let's talk about the core role of collagen, which I like to call the missing link in muscle health. Section number 1, the core role of collagen, the missing link. For decades, the advice for building and maintaining muscle as we age has been drilled into us. It's been printed in magazines, preached by personal trainers, and even recommended by well-meaning doctors. The message was always simple, and it was always the same. If you want to stay strong, you need to focus on just 2 things: eating enough protein and lifting weights. This advice isn't wrong, but it is dangerously incomplete. It's like being told that to build a sturdy house, all you need are bricks. You could have a mountain of the finest bricks delivered to your property, but if you don't have the mortar to hold them together or the wooden frame to give the structure shape and integrity, all you have is a pile of useless rubble. In your body, protein from chicken, fish, or protein shakes, those are the bricks. And collagen? Collagen is the mortar, the scaffolding, and the entire structural framework that holds those bricks together, allowing them to become a strong, resilient house. Let me put this in perspective. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your entire body. It makes up nearly 1/3 of your total protein content. It's the tough, fibrous material that forms your connective tissues, your tendons, your ligaments, and most importantly for our conversation today, the delicate matrix that surrounds and supports every single muscle fiber. Without a strong and healthy collagen network, the amino acids from the protein you eat simply cannot be integrated properly into your muscle tissue. You could be meticulously consuming 100 grams of protein a day, but if your collagen scaffolding is weak and deteriorating, a huge portion of that protein is effectively wasted. It has nowhere to go, no structure to bind to. This brings us to the root cause of the problem, a biological process that begins silently, long before we ever feel its effects. Starting in our late 20s, our body's natural ability to produce collagen begins a slow, steady decline. At first, it's barely noticeable, but after the age of 40, that decline accelerates. By the time a person reaches their 60s, their body is producing less than half the collagen it did in their youth. Less than half. This isn't just a theory. It is a fundamental driver of sarcopenia. Your body literally loses its ability to repair and rebuild the very framework your muscles depend on. This is precisely why I see so many patients in my practice who are frustrated. They tell me, "Dr. Lee, I eat well, I go for my daily walks, I even do strength exercises, but I feel like I'm getting weaker every year." It is not from a lack of effort, it is from a lack of collagen. Imagine trying to patch a hole in a plaster wall. The plaster is your protein. But if the wooden frame behind that wall is rotting and crumbling, that's your declining collagen, the patch will never hold. It will crack and fall apart. Your muscles work the exact same way. You need both a plaster and a strong frame. The science on this is becoming incredibly clear. A landmark randomized trial conducted in Germany followed a group of men over the age of 70. All of them participated in strength training, but one group also supplemented with collagen peptides. The results were astounding. The men who took collagen gained twice as much muscle mass as those who trained without it. Twice as much. The message is undeniable. Collagen is not optional. It is the missing link. So, the first and most crucial shift in thinking is this. Do not think of collagen as separate from protein. Think of it as the essential partner that makes all your protein intake actually useful. If you are serious about stopping muscle loss, then making collagen a central part of your daily nutrition strategy is not just a good idea. It is a necessity. So now that we understand the why, the absolute necessity of collagen, let's tackle the what. This is where things get interesting because we have to address a very popular but very weak solution. This brings us to our second major point today, debunking the bone broth myth. Section number 2, debunking the bone broth myth. For years, bone broth has been hailed as the ultimate health elixir, the golden ticket to stronger joints, youthful skin, and resilient muscles. You see it everywhere. It's featured in wellness blogs. It's the centerpiece of celebrity diets, and you can find cartons of it lining the shelves of every grocery store from California to Maine. The idea behind it sounds so convincing, so ancestral. You simply simmer bones for hours, and all of the wonderful collagen and nutrients are extracted into a warm, soothing liquid that you can sip your way to better health with. It's a comforting thought. But when we move away from the marketing and look closely at the actual science, a very different and frankly disappointing story emerges. The truth is that the pot of simmering broth doesn't contain what you think it does. You see, the highest concentration of collagen in an animal is not found deep inside the bone marrow. It's in the connective tissues, the skin, the tendons, the cartilage, and the ligaments. While boiling bones does release some collagen fragments, the actual amount that ends up in your cup is far, far lower than what people believe. This isn't just my opinion. Independent laboratory analyses have confirmed this time and time again. Most commercially available, store-bought bone broths contain somewhere between a mere 2 to 3 grams of collagen per cup. Even the most dedicated homemade versions, simmered for a full 24 hours, rarely exceed 5 grams. Now, let's pause and remember the number we discussed earlier. To meaningfully support muscle repair and fight back against sarcopenia, clinical studies show that seniors need a minimum of 15 grams of collagen daily. 15, that means you would have to drink anywhere from 3 to 5 large bowls of bone broth every single day just to reach the baseline therapeutic dose. For the vast majority of people, that's not only expensive and time-consuming, it's simply unrealistic. This dosage issue explains why so many people I speak with are confused. They'll say, I drink bone broth every day, but my joints still ache and I'm still weak and sore. They are putting in the effort, but the dose is just too low to make a difference. It's like trying to patch a road full of deep potholes. If you go out there with a single handful of gravel and sprinkle it into one hole, you haven't actually repaired the road. Cars will still get stuck. You need truckloads of asphalt, not a few spoonfuls of gravel. Bone broth is that spoonful. It feels good, it's warm, it's soothing, but it does not deliver enough raw material to repair the structural potholes in your muscle tissue. There's another problem too. Many commercial broths are processed at extremely high temperatures or are stripped of their natural gelatin content to create a clear, shelf-stable liquid. That process can degrade the very compounds you're looking for, meaning even less usable collagen reaches your cup. The research is clear. Bone broth can be a wonderful, comforting food, but it is not a therapeutic collagen strategy. If you are serious about fighting sarcopenia and rebuilding your strength, you need to look for sources that deliver 8 to 10 times the collagen per serving. You need the truckload of asphalt, not the spoonful of gravel. If this information about bone broth surprises you, Please comment wow below. I want to see how many of us held this common belief. This brings us to our first real solution, a powerful, effective, and largely overlooked food that blows bone broth out of the water. Let's talk about our third section, the first powerhouse, fish skin broth. Section number 3, solution number 1, the fish skin broth powerhouse. When we think of traditional nourishing broths, our minds usually go to chicken or beef. But one of the most powerful and overlooked collagen sources on the entire planet actually comes from the sea. I'm talking about fish skin broth. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but stick with me because the science here is truly remarkable. Here's what most people don't realize. Fish skin is one of the richest natural sources of type I collagen. This is the exact type of collagen that makes up over 70% of your own skin, your tendons, your ligaments, and yes, the crucial connective framework within your muscles. When you take the skin and bones from a fish and slow simmer them, you are extracting a form of collagen that is not only more concentrated than what you'd find in beef or chicken broth, but is also significantly more bioavailable. And that word, bioavailability, is the key. It means how well your body can actually absorb and use a nutrient. So why is fish collagen so much more bioavailable? The answer lies in its molecular size. Think of it like this. Imagine your cells have tiny little locks on them, and these locks need to be opened to allow the collagen to get in and start the repair process. The collagen molecules from land animals, like cows, are like big, bulky keys. They can eventually get the job done, but it takes more effort to get them into the lock. Fish collagen peptides, on the other hand, have a much smaller molecular size. They are like small, sleek keys that slip into the lock easily and effortlessly. Research has confirmed this. Studies show that fish-derived collagen peptides are absorbed up to 1.5 times more efficiently than collagen from land animals. That means less of it goes to waste during digestion, and more of it actually gets to where it needs to go, your muscles, your joints, and your connective tissues. It's like sending packages across the country. Large, bulky boxes take up a lot of space, they move slowly, and sometimes they get stuck in transit. Small, compact packages, however, move quickly through the system and arrive at the right address much faster. Fish collagen is that small, efficient package. And we have strong clinical evidence to back this up. A fantastic study published in 2019 inches, the scientific journal Marine Drugs, showed that older adults who supplemented daily with fish collagen saw significant improvements in their muscle mass, their skin elasticity, and their joint health in just 12 weeks. Another trial conducted in Japan found that fish collagen not only helped to preserve existing muscle fibers, but it also improved grip strength, which, as a physician, I can tell you, is one of the single best predictors of healthy aging and longevity. The best part is the practical side of it. You don't need expensive, fancy supplements. You can easily make this at home. All you need are the skins and bones from wild-caught fish like salmon, cod, or snapper. You place them in a pot with water, add a splash of vinegar to help extract the minerals, and let them simmer gently for about 3 to 4 hours. The result is a light, collagen-rich broth that can deliver close to 10 grams of collagen per serving. That's triple or even quadruple what you'd get from most bone broths. The taste is surprisingly mild, and you can use it just as you would use chicken stock in soups, in sauces, or simply warmed up in a mug. It's a powerful, natural intervention for anyone serious about preventing sarcopenia. And if fish skin was surprising, our second solution is even more so. It comes from a source most people throw away every single day. So, for our fourth section, let's talk about the egg membrane surprise. Section number 4, solution number 2, the egg membrane surprise. If fish skin broth is the first overlooked collagen powerhouse, the second one is something you've seen thousands of times, but likely never given a second thought. I'm talking about the egg membrane. Yes, that thin, almost invisible film that you see clinging to the inside of the shell when you peel a hard-boiled egg. That translucent layer is one of nature's most perfect packages of regenerative compounds. It's designed to protect the developing chick, providing it with all the building blocks for strong connective tissue. And it turns out those same building blocks are incredibly beneficial for us as well. Here is what is really going on inside that delicate membrane. It contains not just type 1 collagen, which we know is crucial for muscles, but also type 5 and type 10 collagens. These other types are essential for the health of cell membranes and for the formation of new bone and cartilage, making them incredibly important for joint and tendon repair. But it doesn't stop there. Alongside this unique blend of collagens, the egg membrane also carries other powerhouse compounds, things like hyaluronic acid, glucosamine, and chondroitin. Now, those names might sound familiar. That's because they are the exact same compounds that orthopedic doctors often prescribe in expensive supplements to patients suffering from joint pain and arthritis. Here, you are getting them in a completely natural, whole food-based form, where they work together synergistically. The research on this is truly impressive. A randomized controlled trial published in the journal Clinical Interventions in Aging studied adults with joint issues. The group that took just 500 milligrams of natural eggshell membrane daily, that's a very small amount, about what you'd find in a single capsule, reported significant reductions in their joint pain and stiffness in as little as 10 days. And they saw continued improvements in their flexibility and range of motion over the course of 60 days. Other studies have shown that the compounds in egg membrane actively stimulate our fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the little factories in our body that produce new connective tissue. So it doesn't just provide the raw materials, it actually signals your body to start rebuilding the very scaffolding that holds your muscles together. Let's go back to our construction analogy. If protein from your diet is the bricks and fish collagen is the mortar, think of egg membrane as the master blueprint and the specialized construction crew all in one. It provides the framework, the lubrication for all the moving parts, and the instructions for how everything should fit together to create a strong, resilient structure. And remember, sarcopenia isn't just about the size of your muscles. It's about the strength and integrity of the entire system, the tendons that connect muscle to bone, and the cartilage that cushions your joints. That is why egg membrane is such a powerful ally. It delivers a comprehensive toolkit that lubricates, repairs, and reinforces your entire musculoskeletal system. So, how can you apply this? While you can get trace amounts by making broth with eggshells, the most practical and concentrated way is through a supplement, usually labeled as NEM, which stands for natural eggshell membrane. Just one small capsule can provide the therapeutic dose shown to be effective in clinical trials. It's a simple, powerful addition to your routine. Now that you know about these two powerful solutions, to help you remember them, just comment solutions below. Okay, we have covered the why, the critical need for collagen, and we have covered the what, the two superior sources that outperform bone broth. Now, we arrive at the most important part of our journey today, the how. This is where we turn knowledge into action. Let's dive into our fifth and final section, the daily protocol. Section number 5, the daily protocol. Knowing that fish, skin broth, and egg membrane are powerful is one thing, but building a consistent protocol that fits seamlessly into your daily life, that is where the real transformation happens. It's not about making drastic, unsustainable changes. It's about making small, intelligent shifts that work with your body's natural rhythms to produce profound results over time. I recommend a simple framework based on 3 key principles: timing, quality, and synergy. Let's break them down one by one. First, let's talk about timing. Your body is most receptive to using collagen when your muscles are being stimulated. That means the absolute best time to consume your collagen-rich foods or supplements is within 1 hour before or after some form of physical activity. This doesn't have to be a strenuous gym workout. It could be a brisk walk, gardening, or even a gentle yoga session. Why is this timing so important? Because exercise does 2 things. It increases blood flow to your muscles, and it creates tiny microscopic tears in the muscle tissue. This is a natural part of getting stronger. Taking collagen during this window is like sending the repair crew to a construction site right when they're needed most. The increased blood flow acts as a superhighway, delivering the collagen peptides directly to the muscle tissues while the scaffolding is open and ready for repair. Sipping a cup of fish skin broth before your morning walk is a perfect way to directly fuel this process. Second is quality. Not all collagen is created equal, and dosage is critical. As we've discussed, you should aim for at least 10 to 15 grams of collagen per day to see therapeutic benefits for muscle health. 1 cup of a well-made homemade fish skin broth will get you very close to this target, delivering around 10 grams. A capsule of natural eggshell membrane provides a different concentrated boost of synergistic compounds. If you prefer the convenience of a powder, you can also layer in a clean, hydrolyzed collagen powder. I recommend looking for one sourced from wild-caught marine life or pasture-raised animals. Think of this as your insurance policy on busy days when you can't make broth. The third and final principle is synergy. Collagen doesn't work in a vacuum. It works best when it's paired with certain key nutrients that help your body utilize it. The most important partner for collagen is vitamin C. Vitamin C is like the spark plug that ignites the engine of collagen synthesis. Without enough vitamin C, your body simply cannot assemble the amino acids from collagen into strong, stable fibers. It's like having all the bricks and mortar but no bricklayer to put them together. This is why pairing your collagen with foods rich in vitamin C, like citrus fruits, berries, bell peppers, or broccoli, dramatically improves its impact. Adding a simple squeeze of lemon to your fish skin broth or enjoying your collagen smoothie with a handful of strawberries is an easy way to do this. Other minerals like magnesium and zinc also play a vital role, helping to activate the enzymes that build and strengthen connective tissue. So, a practical example of a collagen boosting day might look like this. For breakfast, a smoothie with marine collagen powder, spinach for magnesium, and a cup of mixed berries for vitamin C. For lunch, a protein-rich meal like salmon with a large, colorful salad. Then, in the afternoon, before your walk, you could enjoy a warm cup of fish skin broth. Finally, you might take a small egg membrane capsule with your dinner. Over the course of that day, you have delivered a powerful dose of bioavailable collagen and all its partners, perfectly spaced to support your body's repair cycles. This isn't a quick fix, it's a long-term strategy. This is how you build a body that feels strong, stable, and resilient for decades to come. So, let's step back for a moment and put all of this together. You've made it through to the end, and what you've just discovered is more than just information. It's a new strategy, a new way of looking at your own strength. We began this conversation by exploring a common myth, the idea that bone broth was the ultimate food for fighting weakness. But now you know the real story. You know that sarcopenia isn't just about muscles shrinking. No, it's about the gradual loss of the scaffolding that holds them together, the collagen network. You've learned that without rebuilding that framework, all the protein in the world won't be as effective. That understanding right there, that is your new power. Now, I don't ask you to change everything all at once. True, lasting change never happens that way. It starts with just one thing, one small promise you make to yourself. The most important takeaways from our time together today are these 3 simple shifts. First, aim for at least 10 to 15 grams of quality collagen daily from powerful sources. Second, always remember to pair your collagen with vitamin C and some light activity to maximize its benefits. And third, consider a source like egg membrane to give your connective tissues that extra comprehensive support. So, to truly make this knowledge count, I want to ask you for that small promise. In the comments below, tell me the one small change you promised to make for yourself this week. Just one. Will it be brewing a batch of fish broth, or maybe just adding a handful of berries to your morning routine? Your commitment is the very first step, and when you share it, you show others in our community that they are not alone. And please know, I read every single comment. I want to hear from you. Always remember this. You are so much stronger than you think you are. The journey to reclaiming your strength, your energy, and your vitality, it is just beginning. If you found value in our time together, please subscribe so we can continue on this path together. And finally, if this message could help someone you care about, please consider sharing it. Together, we can rewrite the story of what it means to age with strength and confidence.